watch this.
There we go.
There's a lot going on.
How do I look? Oh, know what I meant to do? I meant to switch the network. It's not on the 5G one.
Oh, for crying out loud, Trevor.
But last time I switched on the 5G, it screwed up.
No, that was when you exited. I thought you exited out of, I don't know, whatever.
I think I need to turn the air off, too. I think it's really loud in there, no?
Really loud?
No?
It's not even that loud in our room.
You don't think it's that loud?
No.
All right.
That was a zombie.
No, I usually turn this light on, I think.
Yeah, you do.
Hola!
Thanks for the nice view of your legs.
Thank you. What's up, Mike? Welcome, son. Welcome. This is bullshit.
I'm ready for bed.
Yeah, seriously.
What's bullshit?
I'm trying to get the fellow parents in. Mike is our son, so he hasn't let us down yet. But our other kids, our other kids are being quite. What's the word? Tumultuousness. Let's see if anybody else shows up besides Mike. Mike, we're just gonna hang out with you tonight.
It's gonna be a private showing.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for always being there. It's just gonna be a private. This is just like a private chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody shows up till late now. I don't understand. Well, when people do start to show up, I guess they should say something in the chat, probably. Let's see what's going on.
What's that say? I cannot focus on that.
It's Eric.
I know. What does it say? Oh,
hello. Hey, Eric. How you doing? Oh, that's ridiculous, Mike. I cannot believe you can't hang out long. That's not okay. So how you doing, Jody?
I'm tired.
This is the Thursday night live stream. I don't know how many people, I haven't been checking to see how many people are watching the replays of this.
I'm really
I
tired.
think there's some people do. Yeah? Okay. Does that mean you don't have a lot to spout here for the Thursday night stream? I want to get you vented. I want you to start venting your frustrations. That's what this Thursday night live stream is for. And to vent the frustrations of the kids. Pan, how are you doing,
hi,
Pan? We miss you. Long time no speak. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Oh my god.
Little Mikey needs to be taken care of too. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's great. Pan, how you doing? What have you been up to? What's going on in your life? Let us know. What do you want to talk about here, Jody?
Sleep.
Sleep?
Yeah.
I mean, we could have just not done this. Apparently, nobody's going to show up anyway. So I feel like we're losing momentum. We were getting like a lot of people showing up every week, and now nobody wants to do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Been working like crazy, Pan? Me too. Are you going to provide anything today, or are you just going to sit here?
I might just sit here.
Okay. Stuck in your apartment for 2 months. That's rough. Need to start later, you think? We can't start any later. Then we go to sleep.
Oh please. We don't go to sleep.
That's true.
Lately, although I'm ready to go to bed right now.
My work is more fun, Pan. That is definitely true. I can't even call it work, to be honest with you, because it is very fun. All right, we need a topic of discussion to get you going here.
Nope.
You got nothing?
Mm-mm.
Okay, this is great. You've been losing sleep? That's not good.
It's not good either. I've only slept like 10 hours in the last 2 days.
Hey, Greg, how's it going? Hope you're doing well.
Hi,
Greg, if you have any topic of discussion you'd like us to go with this week, you just throw it in the chat there and we'll get going on it. All right, so the podcast this week, we talked about ADHD and the struggles in this household with ADHD.
Yep.
What else did we talk about? Oh, I talked about how I'm using Vision from Run It Once. Oh, and we have a sponsor. I don't know if you guys heard that on the podcast, but if you go to modernpinup.com, my man Mike, if your girlfriend likes Disney stuff,
it's not just Disney.
Not just Disney, but there's purses and backpacks and all kinds of stuff like that. Modernpinup.com, use the code what is it?
Nuts.
Yeah, promo code nuts.
Promo code.
And you get 10% off your order. It's a friend of ours. It's his company, and he's pretty awesome. So if you guys want to check that out, that'd be pretty cool. All right. So we need some energy here and some discussion topics.
Like I said, you don't work.
That's true. That is true.
I had laser focus yesterday.
Laser focus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Remember we talked
because you had a project.
Mm-hmm. And I had to get it done. I waited until the day before, so I had to get it done.
So your days are 9 to 6 p.m. straight meetings. That sounds awful. Then you find do your real work after that, and go to sleep at 5 a.m. Wake up at 8 a.m. It's been like that for the last 3
oh my
or 4
God.
weeks. That's crazy.
Why?
I guess because of healthcare stuff, right?
But meetings from 9 to 6 straight?
Yeah, what are you doing in the meetings, Pan?
And then having to do your job after that?
That seems pretty ridiculous. And now it just makes me want to, I only recently have, like, maybe last night was the first time I started thinking, like, I kind of just want to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I really haven't. I've just been so happy grinding and, like, being at home and stuff. But I was definitely thinking, like, man, I wouldn't mind going somewhere for a bit. And then it made me think of, we were just before this all happened, we were in Springfield, Massachusetts, and we were just hanging out there. It was great.
I know. I said we should go to our house in Florida.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to easily get there.
You're talking so low.
I'm really tired. I'm sorry.
Light grinding week this week so far.
Oh, Eric.
What's up, Eric? How's it going, buddy? Hope you're doing well. So my grinding week this week has been very light because the action's been a little bit slower. And I also just needed kind of a little break because on, hell day was that? Saturday? What's today? Thursday? No, it had to be Monday then. Okay, so Monday I had crazy high stakes action. Like I had a bunch of 25-50 and 10-25 in the morning on Monday. It was like 4 or 5 tables going. And then I was battling somebody at heads up 10-20. We played a lot of hands. And I was just like, after the day was done, I was just so tired and so worn out from thinking so hard. And also I just had been playing so many hours straight. So today, yesterday, and Tuesday, I only played, what did I play? 3.5 and then 4 and then 4.5 today. I was going to play another session today, but then I got locked out of my account randomly because they asked for my ID after me playing every single day forever. So, let's go back up here. Mike said, me and my girl are looking at taking a trip to Europe when all this calms down. Europe would be awesome. We were planning on going to Europe at some point soon. And we've never been there, so we would definitely like to go there. Future project planning, understanding business roles on current and future projects. That's awful. What's up, Cold Blood? What's up, Cold Blood? Hope you're doing well, buddy. And you have COVID-19 meetings. Man, Pan, I feel bad for you, buddy. When this is all over, we're gonna go to a nice meal somewhere. We'll treat you to a nice meal somewhere, Pan. All right, so not to say who, but please say it was whether it was a whale or formidable opponent. Heads up. It was somebody who is competent and not definitely not a whale. Competent, but I feel like I have an edge. I mean, yeah, I there's some people that I play heads up that I think are better than me. We don't play too often, but just occasionally if it's really really slow. But yeah, I think I had a pretty decent edge. But also I just like run really good against him in all in pots. So he doesn't like that very much. Yeah, Pam, anywhere you want, buddy. I enjoy heads up more than any other form of poker. It's my favorite thing in the world. I mean, it's what I played the most in my life. You know, I played heads up cash before Black Friday happened. So that was my favorite thing to play. And now if I play heads up PLO, I love it more than anything. It's my favorite game. By the way, if you guys are here in the chat, give us a click on the thumbs up button, give us a like, choke slam the like button, you know, all those things. Put your 9 inches down on the like button, whatever you got to do, because that could help other people come into this at some point, hopefully. What are your honest thoughts on COVID-19?
I don't know. I change my mind every day. I don't know what to think anymore. Yeah, here's what I tell you. Make sure you're getting plenty of vitamin D.
Actually, Joe Rogan did a big thing about that the other day, yesterday.
Yeah, that seems to be like they're actually, the governments of other countries are finally starting to like say, oh, maybe you should get your vitamin D levels in adequate range. The problem here, so here's the problem with blood work. Like, you know, this whole like oh, they're healthy and they got it and they're gone. It's like, well, no, there must have been something that was underlying, whether you knew it or not. So when you get your lab work done, the doctor will say, oh, all of your stuff is within range, so you're good to go. But, the range could be like this, and this could be the upper limit, lower limit. And if you are right up against that lower limit, but as long as you're within range, they're like, yeah, you're good. But really you want to be like in the middle or so. So it's really annoying because you could be like almost deficient in something, and they're like, no, you're good, just because it falls within that one little thing. So whatever. But that's like with the vitamin D, if your vitamin D is like right on the lower limit, they'll just say, oh, you're good. But you really need to bump it up. And it seems to be that people with vitamin D deficiencies are having major issues. So go outside for, you don't have to get sunburn or anything. I'm not suggesting that. Take a vitamin D supplement. It's a fat soluble vitamin. Take it with food. And, it's not going to prevent you from catching anything, but it will certainly help you fight.
Presley, what's up? Anyway, by the way, Presley's from Trinidad, right? If I remember correctly, if that's the correct Presley that I'm remembering. Steve, what's up? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Mike said he played a big fish heads up in 510 Big O on Poker Rose. Took like 6.5K off him. That's a pretty good day, buddy. That's nice. Eric, have a good night. Be safe in the hospital and have a good night. Do well. Cold Blood said, how much vitamin D do you think you should be taking? Just saw that Joe Rogan podcast today.
I can't give any kind of recommendation because you'd have to get your blood work taken. I take 5,000 IU every day. Trevor takes 5,000 IU every day. But I can't tell you like specifically what you should be taking. I mean, I've taken 5,000 IU every day of my life for years now. And like I said, Trevor does the same. The kids take 2,000 IU every day. So, I mean, you can take that for now while this is going on, and it's not gonna, and then just get your lab work done and see where you're at. It's not going to hurt you to take 5,000 IU.
All right. Good.
So there you go. But I mean, but for sure, like, I'm not a doctor. So for sure, go get your labs done when you can and find out where you are. And you want to know that you're talking to somebody that knows what they're talking about when it comes to the vitamin D. Like, I know I saw a doctor who one time told me that there's not vitamin D deficiency, that there's the opposite problem because people go out in the sun too much. And I was like, what? People wear sunscreen all the time. What do you mean? Like, that's ridiculous. There's vitamin D deficiency is widespread. So you just got to make sure you're comfortable with your doctor, look at your range, see where it's at. Like, I would recommend talking to like an integrative physician, or even chiropractors are, if you find a really good chiropractor, they can be really well versed in reading labs and giving supplements.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, just throw them in the chat. We will happily answer them, and it'll help us get some topics to discuss. Mike said, when you play a guy heads up, do you give him the courtesy of telling him you're leaving in a few minutes, or just leave? The real answer is that I pretty much never leave anybody playing heads up. So, like, there's pretty much everybody either loses all their money or they leave before the match ends. If I have to go somewhere and it's somebody who I play all the time, then maybe I'll say something, but they know that I'm going to be playing every day. So if they want to play again, I'll just be sitting there. So it's not like there's any hitting and running from my end ever going to happen, because if I'm playing, they can play me whenever they want, basically. So I could see like why some people would do that or whatever, but I don't care if people hit and run me or whatever they do anymore. I used to, like, when I used to play heads up before Black Friday, I would always get tilted when people would hit and run and stuff like that. But now I don't care. It doesn't matter. Presley said, I think COVID-19 is going to push some 21st agenda that I can't pinpoint exactly what it is in motion. Yeah, I don't know. I don't follow any of that stuff enough to have any ideas on conspiracy theories or political agendas or anything like that. I just do my own thing.
I try not to pay attention anymore because it gets so annoying, because they're throwing so many numbers out, and then it gets people all worked up, and they don't even have the numbers, like the accurate numbers. All they give out is like, this many people died. We've diagnosed this many people, so the fatality rate is this. but they don't really know what the fatality rate is. And they won't know for a while because they need to know how many people have actually had it versus how many people, had it and recovered versus who died. And then you'll get the real fatality rate. So right now, the fatality rate is just scaring everybody and it's not even accurate. And it drives me crazy.
All right. So now you can talk about vitamin C. Monocar said, I heard vitamin C is important for the immune system. So your thoughts on vitamin C?
Yes. Vitamin C is really important. I mean, back in the old days when you didn't have enough vitamin C, you got scurvy. So you got to have vitamin C. They're definitely...
I think you can still get scurvy now. It's not just an old day
You
thing.
absolutely can, but usually people are not so deficient that they end up with scurvy. But yes, it's still possible. But...
don't get scurvy.
Yeah, don't get scurvy. But... yeah, I mean, you can take vitamin C supplements. We take vitamin C every single day. And the really good thing about vitamin C is that you really cannot overdose. You can, but it's not going to kill you. It's just going to cause some GI problems. But you can't overdose on it. You can't hurt yourself with it. Just, make sure you're home if you take too much vitamin C. But they are in hospitals. They are giving people high doses of vitamin C with COVID-19. And I know that for a fact because I talked to a nurse who works in a hospital around here who said that that's part of their protocol.
And Mr. Ben Adler, thank you for the $1.99. And sorry to hear that Maria Ho turned you down. But listen, here's the thing. If Maria Ho doesn't want Ben Adler, that's on Maria Ho. That's her problem. So fuck
Agreed.
Maria Ho.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how I said it.
Okay.
Move on, Ben. You deserve better.
Agree. Plenty of fish in the sea.
Yeah. How did Jody first respond when she found out you played poker for a living?
I thought it was cool.
Hi, Mark. Hi from Thailand. Hope you're doing well, Mark. Hope things are going well over there. Are you guys locked down in Thailand right now? I don't know what the situation is there. Jason. Hey, Jason. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. He said, great to see you guys. Hope you guys are hanging in there. We are. Are we going to see some new videos anytime soon with your awesome family? We need more cam. Well, not right now because there's no live poker, obviously. And I haven't really felt inspired to do any kind of creativity projects as far as making videos on the channel. Mostly just because your next question, how has the online action been for you? The action has been unbelievable. So during the quarantine, I basically spent my entire time playing lots of poker and then spending lots of time with the kids and just doing projects with the kids and hanging out with them and playing lots of hours.
Fights.
Yeah, refereeing fights and playing lots of hours poker, and it's been really, really great. So
Jesus.
What?
I'm looking at the chat.
Okay, we're catching up now. All right, Mike, 08 Grinder, you are in the right room. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, everybody in the chat, like Presley said, hit the like button. Jason said, my girlfriend found Jody's post on Insta about our convo at MGM Springfield. Very cool.
It's true.
I don't remember. What did you write?
I think it was like a butterfly effect post. I know what he's talking about, but I don't remember exactly what I wrote. Mark said, is there a site you recommend to get a good eating plan? I've lost 30 kilograms over the last year and I hope to improve my eating a lot. No, there's no site that I would recommend. Okay. So what is, if somebody wants to get to start eating healthy? No. It's totally individual. Okay. So what Jody is saying is that she goes by an individual. She doesn't think there's a one size fits all diet plan. So if you find a diet plan that might not be conducive for you. So she would recommend kind of figuring out what works for you, right? And yes, I'm trying to explain. I'm sorry, I'm half asleep. Yeah, I'm trying to explain words for you. I'm reading the. Whoa! What just happened? It's just started getting a phone call. Instead of getting a FaceTime call. FaceTime call. Who is it? It's somebody from Florida. It is. I don't know. Florida. I did not get that. Yeah, and I'm reading the post. Okay, yes. We'll go back to that in a second. So, oh my God. So as far as what you should eat, it's going to be dependent on Jody has been offering her services out for free. So if you want to send her a message on Instagram, she can definitely help you with anything you need with an eating plan or figure out what you should be eating, what you are eating if that's not good. Her Instagram name is JLSav_eats. I'll put it here in the chat for you, Mark. But I look so miserable. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm really tired.
I'll put it in the chat there for you. And if you can't do it there, then you can also send a message to info@raisingthenuts.com.
Yes.
Mike slapped his 3 inches all with like button. Nice work. Greg said, 2 nosy to ask best day and worst day playing poker. Played a $100 tournament and lost. Wife almost stroked out. Well, best day in a tournament, I finished third in the Borgata Winter Open 2011 for 190,000. Best cash game day, I won 25K or 24K or something like that at Borgata playing 2550. Best day online was probably best day online might have been, I don't know, it might have been this month, but I haven't checked my results yet. So, but probably somewhere in that same area. Worst day I ever had was online. I lost like 11K, something like that. 11 or 12K, something like that, which is pretty funny because the other night, I don't look at results each month, but the other night, what night was that? Saturday? No, that was Monday. Monday, I had a huge day during the day, and then I played a session at night, and I lost like 3 big hands in a row where I probably lost like 10K in like 15 minutes. But I was having a huge day before that. Getting loads of vitamin D here in lockdown. Will that help prevent COVID?
I don't think so.
I was going to make that joke, but I didn't get a chance.
Trevor made it the most inappropriate joke on the podcast ever. So if you listen to it and you find that the conversation quickly jumps from like one thing to like my next statement, it's because I had to take an entire chunk of the podcast out because he was so out of line.
Mike went to Derby. I wonder how was it, Mike? Let me know how it was. Yeah, I think they did take the HUDs out today of PokerStars New Jersey. What do I think about it? I'm totally on board with it, to be honest with you. I don't even use a HUD anyway, so I'm totally fine with them being gone. Doesn't matter to me. So it's all good. Chris Beach, how you doing, Chris? He said, as a married guy that wants to create content with his wife, would you all recommend diving in?
I mean, I can't say that it would work for everybody. It works fine for us.
Yeah, I mean, the podcast, so a lot of people get confused. This is our live stream, Thursday night live stream, episode 21 right now going on. Every Wednesday, we put out a podcast. We've done 41 episodes of the podcast, the Raising the Nuts podcast. We talk about mental health, parenting, nutrition, poker, raising kids in an unconventional lifestyle. And that comes out every Wednesday morning at 5:30 a.m.? 5 a.m. And when we started doing that, that's the coolest thing. Obviously, this is great, and this is so much fun interacting with everybody in the chat and stuff. But doing the podcast together now for 41 weeks straight, every single week, I think it's a really cool thing to do with your significant other.
Well, right now it's like the only time we get to spend with each other.
Yeah, even though we're in the house, together 24 hours a day, and it's the only time we get to spend together because either I'm working or one of us is helping a kid with something or some other nonsense.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I think it depends on your relationship and how you are with each other. But I think it can work for sure, and it's definitely a fun bonding thing. So Mark said we are locked down. We just came off 24-hour lockdown, 24 hours except for getting food, no gyms or swimming, no going out, all home workouts. All right, let me get caught up here. Have I tried the Poker Bros app? No, I haven't. I have it on my phone now, but I don't have any reason to use it other than to play with people who want to play with me. And I've played so many hours working that I haven't really gotten into like doing it for fun with anybody. So once action starts to slow down a little bit more, then maybe I'll hop onto some games with Brad and Andrew or Jamin and Johnny and those guys, and just to play with people who want to play with me. I know in New Jersey on PokerStars, I see people all the time in the chat that are excited to play with me because sometimes I'll play like really, really low stakes because they have these promotions. Andrew loves to open up the chest PokerStars, so I'll go play like really low stakes. It happened today. Actually, somebody was berating me today because I just play every hand and just do stupid stuff. But people like get really excited to play with me. So once things slow down, I'm sure I will start playing on Poker Bros at some point just to hang out with people. Wait, Garner said online poker's been great, but afraid losing players will run out. Am I being paranoid? I mean, it's always concerned that losing players are going to run out of money. For me, I've seen a bunch of new accounts come in, And the way that my games are set up is that the action is so good that even some of the really bad players are winning money and they're having winning experiences, because if I'm not playing, or if one or two other people aren't playing that are good players, then it's just 4 or 5 bad players all playing together. And that's a great situation for them. So it depends on the player pools. If you have player pools where it's, a small amount of, 25 or 30% of really bad players coming in and losing a bunch of money, and they just have zero shot of winning, then they could easily run out of money. And also it's different because these bad players that are playing, that are live players, are now coming into the online game. They're seeing how much they're losing and they just have no shot of winning. And then they get to see, like, I'm depositing over and over again. And you actually see that rather than, it's easy to trick yourself when you're playing live that, like, oh, maybe I'm not losing that much. And you just, like, that's what people do. They're like, oh yeah, I'm break even. I'm a break even player, but really they're a big losing player. So do I think people will run out of money? Some people will. But I don't know. I'm not afraid of it in my player pool. But I could see why others would be. What's up, Fireman Scott? How's it going, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Hi, Fireman Scott in the chat. Check out his channel, obviously. All right, you can find the podcast anywhere you can listen to podcasts.
I put a link. But I guess it didn't show up.
Oh,
maybe they don't accept links.
I don't know.
I tried to and I directed it to the Apple iTunes.
Okay, so you can find the podcast on Apple if you have an Apple phone, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio.
Literally anywhere that they have podcasts.
Anywhere, if you search for Raising the Nuts, and you'll see a picture of our wonderful faces with the kids. And and I mean, it's one of those. It's a podcast where you can listen from the beginning and just listen to every episode if you wanted to. The first few episodes, we kind of explain why we started the podcast. We talk about Cameron and her issues that she had, my issues that I had with mental health, and then throughout we kind of just give updates on what's going on in our life and all these different topics. And I'm usually really inappropriate and say really dirty things about slapping 9 inches on something or whatever. That's why Luke loves it. That's why Luke is in there. Mike said, I know the feeling. I live with my girlfriend, only see her one day of the week. She's working 6 12-hour days overnight at the hospital. That's rough. Wait, did we ask Mike if his girlfriend works at the hospital near our house or no? What hospital does she work at, Mike, if you want to say? Our house in Florida is right near, St. Anthony's? Mm-hmm. It's right down the street from St. Anthony's. Daniel said, have you noticed the action starting to slow down a bit? Seems like some of the worst players are finally broke since quarantine started. Games are not quite as good the past week or two. It's always weird in New Jersey, the way that it goes, even during like a quarantine thing. When the weather starts to get nicer, the games always slow down no matter what, even if we're in a quarantine where there's going to be.
How do you?
I don't know that.
Know that for sure because we've not been in quarantine.
I know,
before.
I know, but I've been in situations. So like I guarantee when it rains this weekend, if it rains this weekend, the games will be better. Watch, because when it gets nicer, there'll be times even in the past before pre-quarantine where I was like, oh man, these games are crazy, and then you just have 3 straight days where it's like really slow. And this week, so this is the perfect example. So Monday, the most action I've seen, high stakes action I've seen during the day for PLO in all of New Jersey at any time. There was like 4 or 5 guys on who are very bad players, and they were all playing high stakes, and it was crazy. And I played like 3,000 hands or something in 7 hours. Tuesday, very next day, I played 3.5 hours, and I played like 500 hands, which is nothing. The very next day, Wednesday, same thing. Today was much better. Today was a lot more action going on. So it's just so hit or miss, I think, in these small player pools. I think it depends a lot on your player pool. But I wouldn't be surprised if things started to slow down a little bit. And also, I think people are probably getting outside more and also just getting out more too now that some things are starting to open back up. Have I ever played with Helmuth? Greg asks. You think that stuff on ESPN is staged? Guarantee you wouldn't talk to me like that twice. I haven't ever played with Helmuth, but I've met him a couple times. He actually was going to meet Andrew Helmuth because I talked with Phil and I said, the little kid who played you as Andrew Helmuth is coming down to Borgata. He's at the Borgata. We were both playing in the same tournament. And he said, sure, I'd love to meet him. Like, I thought it'd be cool to get a picture with Andrew Hellmuth and Phil Hellmuth together. And
that little jerk.
And Jody drove him down. So I was obviously playing in the poker tournament. Jody drove the kids down, and he fell asleep right before he got to Borgata.
And then he was miserable.
And he was miserable.
And he would not do
so
it.
then like Phil walked over, and he was just like laying on my shoulder, and he just didn't want to talk to anybody.
And then he perked up after you guys finally left. I went and got them Starbucks, and he perked up, and he was like, okay, I'll do it now. I was like, buddy, he's gone. He's back playing. So I drive an hour back home.
So I think Phil is actually generally considered a pretty nice guy when you like talk to him one-on-one. Like,
he was super quiet and like reserved and soft-spoken. Like, he seemed shy almost.
Yeah. Ben said, I just ate 3 chicken sandwiches from Wendy's. Is that healthy? What are your thoughts, Jody?
I'm not giving that air.
My dad is here. Would just like to say that.
I saw that.
Welcome, Dad. Never too late to be here. So Chris said, Jody, what are your thoughts on intermittent fasting keto? Would you like to answer after you go to sleep? See you later, Mike. Take care.
Intermittent fasting, we do here in this house. And we also sort of do a keto thing, except I am not down with the standard keto where you're shoving 10 pounds of dairy down your throat all day long. That I can't get down with. But if you're doing keto without dairy, I'm cool with that.
Okay. Yeah, I enjoy intermittent fasting for the most part. I feel like it definitely gives me better focus as long as I haven't had any sugar at any point. If I have sugar and you try to intermittent fast, bad news. Let's see. Oh, so she works at Tampa General. Okay. Okay, Luke said, I started a juice, fruit, vegetable diet about 25 years ago. 25 days ago. 25 days ago, lost 22 pounds. Not even joking. Is that safe? I'm basically a beached whale. I started this diet 255, so I'm assuming it's safe.
I mean, are you eating nothing but fruits, vegetables, and juice all day long?
Okay, we'll let you answer that question. What's up, Buzzsaw? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Scott said, I saw the kids making ravioli on IG. How did it turn out? I thought it was pretty good. It's grain-free ravioli. I
tasted it without any sauce on or anything. I just ate a plain ravioli because I just wanted to taste it. But yeah, I mean, it was just made out of what was in it? It was almond flour, tapioca flour, arrowroot flour, salt, olive oil, egg, and water. And that was it. That was the dough. And then obviously we made it was a cheese ravioli, so it had ricotta cheese and shredded mozzarella and egg and Parmesan cheese in the inside of it. And Ava wanted to make raviolis until she realized that what she really wanted to make was like a pasta pocket thing. So we made some raviolis and we made some pasta pockets, and the kids seemed to like the pasta pockets more than the raviolis. I don't know. Cam liked it because it was more doughy.
If you are just joining us here in the chat, make sure you put your 9 inches on that like button for us. Because it does seem to be working. Did you notice that we got a bunch of likes and now we got a lot of people showing up this week?
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. Yes. Thank you to Mike Thurston's girlfriend for her work. She's in there putting in the work while Mike Thurston's just out there grinding the poker bros. Jody, where did you get your whipped coffee recipe?
I got it from Dr. Mark Hyman.
Mike said he played a 10-20 limit game with Phil. He's actually a super cool guy. Most everybody I know, Ben said most everybody I know has met Phil. Helmy said he's a great guy off the tables. Anthony, what's going on, buddy? Anthony, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Anthony, what is your topic of discussion for the week? Jody's about to fall asleep, so we need at least something to get us through another 15 to 20 minutes here. So he said, all I do is juice the fruit and vegetables, and it's nasty, but hey, it's working.
Well, I would say that's probably not sustainable, and you're not really getting very much protein. So I know that people do like juice cleanses and stuff, and they go on for a long time, but I don't know. I mean, there's other ways to lose weight besides drinking nasty drinks that you don't enjoy.
Like what?
Well, it would depend on what what would work best for him. I don't know. Like Trevor lost a lot of weight.
I like meat. And we know you like to give the meat, Luke. So.
Oh my God.
Up in the vitamin D. All right, what do we got?
I'm posting the name in here so that
it's weird. Like our chat on here doesn't update as fast as the chat on there.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is. All right, Mike said I'll be sure to tell her she's basically my sugar mama while I stay at home and be an essential. What do you think of Brad Owens' poker vlogs? If you ever watch them as a player that you enjoy playing with, Brad's awesome. So yeah, Brad and I get along pretty well. I actually talked to him quite a bit a few weeks ago because he was struggling with online poker. So I was giving him some tips for his mental game, because that's probably the biggest problem people that have transitioning from live poker to online is just the mental game, because you can lose so many stacks so quick on online, and if you're not fully prepared mentally, you're just going to get crushed. Coming from the live background. So yeah, Brad's awesome. His vlogs are great. He does a great job.
He's a very nice guy.
He's very nice. Yeah. I would say if I had to rank my favorite vloggers, or at least the ones I watch the most, like I always watch Andrew's first when they come out, and Andrew and Brad's and Jamin are probably my top 3 of the vlogs that I always watch as soon as they come out.
I can't tell you how many times previously fallen asleep listened to Andrew Nimi talking. So then to meet him in person, I was like, this is weird. Because Andrew kind of has like a distinct voice.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is weird, because he's talking right at me. He's like talking to me. And now, we see him and like, when we hang out with him and stuff, I'm like, this is like, it's like full circle. I used to fall asleep listening to this guy, and now we're like friends with him.
Yeah. All right. What is your professional wrestling name? What would your professional?
Yeah, but usually when you have like a name like this, it's like you're something, and
that'd be like like your hooker name is the street you grew up on, and or your stripper name. I said your hooker name. Your hooker name's just Jody. Your stripper name.
That's not cool.
Your stripper name is the street you grew up on plus something, plus your middle name.
I'm not gonna say the name of the street I grew up on. Also, my eyes look they look like they're swollen out of my head.
You're tired. You didn't sleep much.
Holy crap.
My wrestling name would be, I could be like, could I just be like Macho Man Trevor Savage, just because it's like, wait, is he dead? I just threw it up for him.
I think he is.
He's dead, right?
Not Macho Man Trevor Savage.
No, Macho Man Randy.
Yeah.
Greg said the crap on ESPN has to be staged. Nobody would sit there and let them call them names. I don't know. I feel like it hasn't happened in a long time. I feel like back in the day, maybe it's just like, I don't think it was staged though, because he did it even before it was really popular on TV. He did it when he was young, like at the Taj Mahal when nobody's watching TV. Chris said, thanks for chatting. Have a great night. Stay safe. Same to you, Chris. Thank you for joining us. We're here every Thursday night.
Good night, Chris.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, Andrew's cool. Brad Owens' closest friend. Yep, they're good friends. Mana said he falls asleep listening to me. Just kidding. It's fine.
I fall asleep listening to Trevor breathe.
Sure. Ben is the Hebrew hammer. I like it. Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, Mike. Have a good night. Enjoy your time with your girlfriend. Thank her for us, and treat her well, because you don't deserve her. Just kidding. You're here every week. You deserve everything you get in the world. How do you know about all the stripper stuff? That's a good question, Greg. I don't know. What
did we talk about?
The one episode of the podcast we had was called "What About the Strippers?"
Oh, that's because because I was oh my God, I just said the same thing like 6 times, and I'm not even getting a thought out. Was that when I talked about the girl who has the vlog?
Jody watches
watch one of her. I have not seen every episode.
All right, I want to quote you from the other night. I want to sit here and watch every single episode of this vlog.
Oh, I want to, but I have not done that.
So I want to say, so just like you guys might watch a poker vlog and think to yourself, man, I would really like to do this. It'd be awesome to be like a professional poker player and play like this. That's what Jody does when she watches the stripper vlog.
That's not true. It's one girl. I'm just like so fascinated by her vlog. And she talks like so ridiculously, and she has her own words and like her own language or something. I don't even know. And she gets all this plastic surgery, but I don't know. I just find it really interesting to watch it all. But like the stripper name thing, that comes from like the stupid things on Facebook and stuff.
If you're watching the replay right now, or you're in the chat and you haven't yet hit the thumbs up button, hit the thumbs up button if you want Jody to turn into a stripper.
Wait, what? Oh my God, I just. Your dad is in here. Could you control your son, please? There's something wrong with him.
She was just like,
I told you I'm tired. I don't even know what's going on.
I can't wait to see the replay of that. She's like, yeah.
Oh my God.
Do that. Hit the thumbs up button, guys.
I'm not going to be a stripper. Sorry.
Ben said, will you be my wingman at the next Maryland Live mug? I will absolutely be your wingman at the next Maryland Live mug. And I'm looking forward to the next time that we can have a live meetup game. I think it'll be fun.
Would you like me to be your wing woman?
There you go. Jody could be your wing woman. She'll find you some strippers somewhere. Worst case scenario, if she doesn't find you a girl, we'll hit the strip club.
Oh,
although
my God.
I don't think there's any good ones near Maryland Live, if I remember right.
Did you research that?
I've looked before, for sure. Mana said, I saw the movie Hustlers. It's J-Lo as a stripper.
I saw that movie, yeah. Did I go to
You think you were in it?
I was not in it. I think I saw it in the theater, is what I was going to say.
A sleepy stripper, no tips. It's true. Yeah, I know, right? Gonna get a lot of thumbs up like that. We'll see how many thumbs up we get on the replay. Yes, Maryland Live mug 2021. My dad says a wing stripper. You want to be a wing stripper?
What the hell is that?
It means like a wingman, but you're the wing stripper.
Oh, good grief! I don't think that I will be attracting ladies over to Ben by doing that.
No, probably not.
I'd be like, ew.
But Ben, are you saying that your mom works at a strip club?
That's what it looks like.
Near Maryland Live? that'd be pretty interesting. Yeah, I don't think we'll have a mug till 2021 at least. Probably not. All right.
What's the name? It's called. Hold on, let me look.
Wait, is the Lunch Rush the name of the strip club near Maryland Live?
What?
Oh, okay. Greg said, "What's?" No, I know. Ben said the Lunch Rush. I said, "Is that the name of the strip club near Maryland Live?"
I'm so confused. Okay, stripper vlog. What?
The name of the stripper club? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have a problem though.
What's up, Deuces?
YouTube is...
I know you said interest in a home game on Stars. Definitely at some point. Jim just got here. Definitely at some point. We'll definitely do some sort of home game. I was just saying somebody asked me. Ben asked me if I've been playing on Poker Bros at all. So it's the same thing. Once the action starts to slow down a little bit, and I have some more free time to play enjoyable poker, not just like grind poker, then we'll do some kind of home game on Stars. We'll do some poker broing. Welcome in, Jim. We don't have anybody stripping yet, but word on the street is if we get the like button hit a bunch of times in this episode, Jody is potentially going to become a stripper and turn it into a vlog for YouTube. That's just what we've been told. I guarantee, if you did a stripper vlog, like if you became a stripper and did a vlog, you'd have more subscribers than me in a week.
Well, we're not going to find out because...
It might actually be less than a week.
Do it.
Do you guys think it would take a week to get more than 10,000 subscribers as a stripper vlog for Jody?
There, I just put the name of the girl in the chat.
Yeah.
If it shows up. Yeah, there we go.
All right, let's see. Pan says it's going to take time to adjust. Need new protocols for number of people allowed in room to have, clean chip. Yeah, it's all kinds of. Oh, he said that's what time of day he works. She works. The lunch rush. Veterans always work during the day. That is true. He's talking about the strip club.
What?
The veterans always work during the day.
No, I know that, club. But is he saying his mom works at the strip club during
I think
the
you're
lunch
way
rush?
Yes, but he's not serious, Jody. Do you think the Hebrew Hammer's mom works at a strip club? They call her the Hammer, too.
Oh, my God. I'm so tired. I can't.
What's up, Nick? Hope you're doing well over there in the UK. Stripper blog is fire. That's right. Yeah, Jim, Ben got shut down by Maria. You know why? Because she's rotten. And she's She's not worthy of Ben.
Oh my God.
All right. So you want to play heads up with me on 100 no limit? Okay. We could do that. I mean, people will probably sit though. But if you find me in the morning, if you see me playing in the morning and it's slow, or if you just see me sitting at PLO and nobody's sitting with me, come sit and I'll move down to 100 or whatever and we can play if you want. That's true. But I don't think the stripper blog didn't get banned. They haven't had any problems.
Well, you don't know.
Do you have a stripper pole that we can't see?
I certainly do not. But she doesn't like show nudity or anything.
Wait, Nick, you're in Arizona, not in England. I don't know why I said the UK. I forgot that was somebody else.
So good. She does not show anything. She just talks about like what it's like to be a stripper, the different things that she does. She did one video, and I don't know why I couldn't stop watching it, but she did one video where her and the was like a house mom or whatever. I only know this because she said it in a thing. They went to Walmart and they were showing like what they do in a shopping trip. What stuff she buys to put in the dressing room, and I couldn't stop watching it. Why?
Is it going to be a social distancing strip club that you're going to be working at?
Me?
Yes.
Yes, and it will have no windows at all, like most strip clubs, and the door will be locked. No one will be allowed inside. No cameras.
Good night, Anthony.
Never see anything.
Good night, Anthony. Love you.
Good night, Anthony.
Yeah. So Ben said she's unfortunately dating Rainer Kempe. I don't understand the attraction to somebody who wears a scarf indoors. I agree with you. And if you guys think that Rainer Kempe is better than Ben, then you don't belong in this chat. What time I usually at the table? So I'm usually sitting between 9:30-ish, 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., somewhere around there, till 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, usually sometime in there. But I'm always on, probably going to be on between 9:30 and noon, pretty much every day. Yeah, you don't want those long nails on your penis, Ben.
What?
What?
What is wrong with you?
I was just agreeing with Mana Mana.
Oh my God.
Jim had mentioned she should call you if she found herself in need of a Jewish Christian cello player. That is pretty funny. I like that Ben laughed at my joke though.
Oh God.
Marley's cuter. I agree with that. Do you agree with that? You like Marley better? Did the hug help you, Jody? Mark, there is no filter on me. I just say whatever comes to the old head here and gets me in trouble sometimes, but we're stuck in a house. What's the worst that could happen?
Well, what's funny is that like some of my friends and stuff, they've never seen the gross side of Trevor. So when they started listening to the podcast, they haven't like.
Yeah, but what gross side? There's no gross side to me. I just tell it how it is.
No, you do not tell it how it is. You don't do that. You just have no filter when it comes to your sexual references. And it was unexpected when people listened to the podcast and they were like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. And I'm like, that's all he says all day long.
I know some of the cheer moms listen to it and stuff. And I like when I'm at the cheer competitions, I just don't even talk to anybody at all. So
yes, they have no idea how ridiculous he is. But this is literally his conversation all day long. If he talks to me, it's some kind of reference to something.
What can I say? I like the way you're put together. I like the topics that we covered here. I like kind of sleepy, Jody. You're not even awake, really. I think this is kind of what it would happen if we got you high and we put you on here.
Oh yeah, maybe I was gonna drink tonight.
Was that you were gonna drink?
Yeah, but then I was thinking like, so it was a good idea last week, and actually yesterday, was it yesterday? Today. No, I think it was today. I asked if you could drop me off at the liquor store and I would just walk home because the kids were being so annoying in the car.
Yes.
Because we had to drive to my niece's house today for her birthday. Today, well, our niece. It was her 11th birthday today. So we did a birthday drive-by. She's a popular kid.
Yeah.
That was a long line of cars. It was crazy. And the whole neighborhood was out too. Linda said they were banging pots and pans and stuff.
I'll tell you about one thing that I hope carries over from quarantine is that there are no more kids' birthday parties and it's all just drive-bys. Because that was, I mean, like I would actually like going to our niece's birthday party, but any other kid's birthday party should 100% just be a drive-by. I don't want to go to some little kid's birthday party from my kid's class that he hardly ever talks to, and you gotta like, make small talk with parents and like, nope, I'm good with that stuff. It's funny because my thought for this week's what are we doing? Live stream was to vent our frustrations about our kids, but we actually haven't talked about our kids at all the last 51 minutes, and it's been glorious.
Yes.
Till we got here.
Yes.
Ben, you should go straight out of the bottle tonight, buddy. Just go straight from the bottle. We haven't drank it all yet, Jim.
Nope, not off the wagon. I strongly considered it, but then I started my new like workout stuff this week, and then I was like, well, if I drink, then even one drink, because I just don't drink often. So if I have like even one drink, then I'm gonna have a headache tomorrow, and I'm not gonna want to do my workout. Although I remember last year around this time, actually, when we got the furniture, remember the outdoor furniture?
Mm-hmm.
We had our neighbors over and we drank a lot. Remember?
Yep.
And then the next day I went outside in the sun and the heat and I moved the furniture all over the place. So I was like sweating like crazy, and then I felt great.
So you're good to go.
So maybe I just need to have a drink, make myself feel better every once in a while. And then just make sure I do my workout the next day. Although with a headache and mixed with like 3 annoying kids in quarantine is probably not great.
I saw you ask this question, Ben, on Facebook's. What's the longest hangover you've ever had? Do you remember?
Well, they get worse the older you get. Or at least that's what I find. I don't know. A few days.
So I had one. So my sister turned 21 when...
You were so young. How could you have a long-lasting hangover?
Yeah, well, here's what happened. So I was 23 and I was in college. 23, is that right?
Yes, if she was turning 21.
Yeah, okay. So it was my senior year of college.
That doesn't make sense.
My senior year of college, I was 22. Going to be turning 23. She turned 21.
You graduate college when you're 21.
All right. So then I'm messing the story up. I don't know. It was my sister's birthday or something. Oh, no. My sister graduated high school. That's what happened.
You're so loud.
My sister graduated high school, and I had a house, like my house at college. And all of my friends were away for the summer. So it was just me at the college house. So I had my sister, let her have like a high school graduation party at my college house with all of her friends. Well, I got crazy drunk, and somebody stole all my weed. I remember that. That was ridiculous. But I woke up and we were drinking Hypnotic and Hennessy. If you guys remember that drink.
The Incredible Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk, Hypnotic and Hennessy, and all kinds of other crazy, awful drinks. And I passed out in a bed somewhere and I threw up on myself.
This isn't a real story. This is... Listen, your dad's here. This is fake. Don't worry. He was not really like this.
My dad's sleeping by now. There's no way he's
still
on the
he
show.
just
oh, man.
sent a message.
Yeah. And it was awful. And I woke up and everyone, my sister and all of her friends were gone. I just talked about my weed too. My weed was gone and the house was trash. It was like you'd seen a movie. Like, everything was just a wreck and I couldn't move. I went downstairs, drank some water, went back up to bed. I fell asleep. I slept that entire day. I woke up the next day, still felt awful. It probably had to go on for like 3 days or so. That was my worst alcohol hangover. My worst other hangover was definitely from mushrooms for sure. Mushrooms and other...
Releasing all the secrets tonight.
And other mixing mushrooms with alcohol and other nonsense. All right, let me see here.
Help me.
Yeah, Jody has hot pictures on Instagram. She's an Instagram model, basically. Are you talking about Trevor or Jody? I also wear workout tights and look pretty hot.
And Benjamin said he's old. I just called him Benjamin because I'm reading it. Says he's old because he's 27. We have like 10 years on you. Please.
My dad said his longest hangover was from age 18 to 31.
That's it. I read that already because that's how I knew he was still here.
Yeah. Henny is the worst. Yeah. Oh, there was another awful hangover, which is actually a really terrible story. Another story about how massively irresponsible I was, and God forbid our kids are ever like me. But it was a Sunday night. I was in college. It was a Sunday night, but I was at home for the weekend. So I live about an hour away from where I went to college. And we drank at my friend's house this Sunday. I was drinking Newcastle's, and we were playing beer pong. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to drink like 4 or 5 beers, and then I'll chill out, and then I'll head home back to school. I had exam the next day, so I had to be back at school because I didn't go to class ever, but I knew if I had an exam, I had to be at class. So anyway, 4 or 5 beers obviously turns into 18 or 20 because we kept winning at beer pong. I legitimately drank 21 Newcastle's, which was not good.
How do you even do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Ben could probably do it. And
I would die. I'd have alcohol poisoning and die.
Yeah. Well, so then it was like, the next thing I knew, it was like 10 p.m. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to get back for this exam. And so obviously I'm like, well, I got to start driving, which is awful and terrible. And I would never, ever, ever in my life do that now. And pray to God nobody else does it.
I hope that your dad beats you after this.
Yeah, well, he deserves to. Anyway, I start driving. And I'm on the New Jersey Turnpike. And I start falling asleep, obviously, as I'm driving. By the way, keep in mind that I'm sure I was smoking weed the entire day also.
Oh, my God.
So anyway, I'm driving, and I start falling asleep. So I get 2 exits on the turnpike, and I'm like, okay, I got to do the right thing. And I pull over because I stop at the Cherry Hill exit, and there's a hotel there. So I decide I'm going to get a hotel for the night.
In Cherry Hill?
Yeah, in Cherry Hill. This is like literally 15 minutes from my house. So I go, and it was like, I don't remember what kind of hotel it was, but I like went up to the door, and there was like a sign on it that said something, which made me think that there was no vacancy or they weren't there or something. So I was like, I guess I can't do that. So I got back in the car, got back on the turnpike. And then I remember I was driving, and as I'm driving, I remember I was like falling asleep, and I thought it was Mario Kart. I thought I was driving in Mario Kart, and I was like shooting shells and stuff. Somehow I don't even know. Somehow I made it back to New Brunswick, an hour and 15 minutes drive, made it back safely without getting arrested or hurting anybody. Thank God. Passed out in my bed. And then my exam was at 9 a.m. the next morning. I woke up at 2:30 p.m. I didn't even make the exam. And I was hungover for like 3 days straight after
That's
that.
karma.
Yeah.
I remember the hangover from Casey's wedding, where we had to drive home from, where the hell were we? Pittsburgh? Is that where we were for Casey's wedding?
Yes.
We were in Pittsburgh. We had to drive home from Pittsburgh the day after. I decided it was a good idea to drink a whole bunch of wine at the wedding. Then we went to a bar. We were doing shots. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, because this was not that long ago, like just a few years ago. And what was like a 5-hour drive home?
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't sit up, because if I sat up, I got the most horrific pains in my body. So I had to lie flat for 5 hours until we got home in the car. It was the most miserable thing ever. And then I'm sure I just crawled into bed, and that was the end of that.
Ben was so drunk he passed out in Illinois and woke up in Wisconsin. That's pretty rough. Mana, you are absolutely right. These stories are all alleged stories that I read in a book. They have nothing to do with my real life. But hopefully if they hear them, they will learn from them and not repeat the same dumb things that I did.
I hope that they just, I cannot talk. I hope that they just behave like me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do this stuff.
No, there was a time. Yeah, I don't know.
What, are you going to tell another story?
Maybe we should just wrap this up now and go to bed.
What is it?
I don't know.
Is it a story that I've heard?
No, I don't. Yeah, it was probably. I'll tell you later. All right, let's wrap this up now. It's been an hour. This went on a lot longer than I thought it would, and I'm pretty tired. So time to wrap this up. Do you think it's offensive when somebody orders a steak well done? I think it kind of is. I don't know. I used to, growing up, I ate steak well done. And
so did I. Gross. And my aunt used to get so mad, and she would say, like, tell my mom to teach me to eat a steak properly, but I don't order it well done anymore.
Mana, there are many, many more stories. Basically, I've run better. I ran better at life from 12 to 23 than I ever ran in anything ever. Just ran so pure. I got pulled over like 5 times when I was intoxicated and never got a DUI. Like,
this is
just,
stuff.
No, not I. My friend did.
Yourself.
My friend did. But yeah, we need to wrap this up now before I start talking more. But we'll get into some topics.
See, he stopped at 23 because I came into the picture, and
That's right.
He cut that stuff out.
It's true. Save me.
Nonsense.
Save me.
Seriously.
Yeah, I know.
We saved each other.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, until now, and then now you're going to become a stripper. All right. See you guys. We met, Mark.
No, we met at 18.
Yeah, we met at 18. If you listen to the podcast, we go to Raising the Nuts on Apple and all those other places. There, we tell our love story in episode 3 or 2 or 3. We met when we were 18, reconnected when we were 22 or 23, and that's when we kind of started dating. But good night, Dad. Love you. Sorry for subjecting you to these stories.
I hope you're over there shaking your head.
See you, Ben. See you, Jim. See you, Mana.
Bye, everybody.
See you, other Ben. See you, Mark. Thanks for hanging out from Thailand. Hope you stay safe over there. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Go check out the podcast. Give the podcast a listen if you enjoyed our Thursday night live stream.
Hopefully I'm awake next week. And maybe I'll have a drink in my hand.
Listen, if you guys listen to that podcast and you never listened to it before, do us a favor and go give it a rating on Apple. Just click the 5-star and write a little review. We read the reviews each week, but nobody's left one lately. So if
somebody, if they don't want to give a 5-star
review? No, you got to give a 5-star review. If you're going to go over there and just not like it, that's not cool. 5 stars and leave a little, you can just say, it's just like, these people are awesome, or just something that we can say, and it helps get the podcast out to everybody else too. So, that's what we're all about. So also go to modernpinup.com and buy some stuff. Use the code, what is the promo code? The promo code nuts.
No, it's a thing code. Thing code.
And if you guys want to see Jody's stripper vlog, we'll let you know the link next week. See you guys. Bye, Greg. Take care and be safe.
Bye.
Love you guys.